Welcome back. Now, if you've just joined us, we've just shown you a clip of a former dancer who says that she once danced with the devil at Old Changi Hospital. Now, guys, what do you think of her experience?
I think we have come across a number of cases where, like Old Changi Hospital and some of these so-called like haunted places, that they felt a presence, but they couldn't see it visually, but it only appeared later in videos or maybe even photos.
Why does that happen? Why do they not appear themselves to you, but then you're able to capture it on camera?
I would think a few reasons. One of the reasons because the human eye can see only of a certain spectrum of light. And that's the reason why apparently dogs are able to see things which we can't see, because apparently their vision is of a different spectrum. They're able to see different frequencies of light. With modern technology, the sensitivity of cameras are a lot more advanced, and that could be a possibility why such footage are actually captured on film or maybe even cameras, because probably due to their slightly more sensitive ability.
Well, being paranormal investigators, I'm sure you both have your own share of stories of Old Changi Hospital. Can you share them with us?
Okay, there was a time when it was just a small bunch of us, probably like 3 or 4 of us, like just taking a look around the Old Changi Hospital. It's the usual, exactly like what she said. It's eerie and everything, and she said it looks like something from a horror movie, but then again, it's because it's quite a number of movies use it as a film site as well. As we entered, we're just walking around. Everything was fine, the usual spooky stuff. So that we just continue with the walk. What was interesting is when we went to the upper floor, I think probably to where she was, because from what I remember, it was one of the higher floors. While we were walking, all of a sudden you could hear footsteps in mid-air, and the footsteps were coming like ear level, and that's a pretty high level. It's really like mid-air, and it was just from a very, very near distance from us, and it was pacing up and down. We all just freaked out. There's this girl in the group. The first thing she did was to just run in a certain direction. She screamed and ran one direction. After a while, you hear her screaming again. She's running back, because when she ran there, she actually heard more footsteps. Okay, but we still continued with the walk. So we continued walking, and we found our way into what you call the accident emergency area. So like with all hospitals, there will be a ambulance berth, the area where the ambulance comes in. So when we were walking there, we could hear very, very distinctly that it was raining very heavily. You could hear the raindrops pelting on the roof, on the ground and everything. So I said, hey guys, let's go and check out how heavy the rain is. To our, I wouldn't say horror, but to our surprise, when we went out there in the open, we could hear the rain surrounding us, because your ears can actually detect it's just surrounding you, but it was totally dry. There was no rain or whatsoever. It was just the sound we could hear. Okay, at that point of time, although we are paranormal investigators and everything, we are still humans. We get freaked out as well. So we figured, okay, we had enough interesting occurrences, and for the safety of the group, it's better, we believe, because we have no idea, is it an entity, or could it be because around the area we realize you can see some electrical pylons and stuff. As you know, it's near army camps, so there's a chance where there could be high levels of electromagnetic field, and scientists have done research that high EMF actually affects your mind and actually makes you perceive things which are not there. So we're not sure whether could it be due to the EMF, or was there really something that allowed us to hear those things that day. Because the interesting thing was we heard, but no visual. Yeah.
What do you make of her particular experience? Do you think it was the result of EMF, as you say, but EMF won't be able to produce those images on screen?
Exactly.
So you think it could actually be authentic?
You see, it's hard for us to determine that because we haven't seen the clip. Yeah, so that's the main thing. But then again, we've come across many cases in our research and everything whereby entities get trapped in a certain place, in a certain dimension and exactly around the same area. And sometimes, and that's why sometimes we use things like, for example, music to conjure up hopefully emotions of the area, and trying to recreate the atmosphere as how it was in the past. And hopefully you can conjure up the spirits that, you know, or let's say some entities, right, and see whether really do they appear. We've done experiments like that. So probably when they were dancing, I'm not sure whether music was played, but
there
was music. It's just like sometimes, you know, when you have a hobby and you're really into it, and you see someone like, I don't know, playing soccer or frisbee, you are compelled to actually join that group. So possibly that could be what the entity was thinking of as well. This nice music and this bunch of ladies dancing, why not I join in, you know? Yeah, so that could be a possibility. Yeah,
that's a very interesting theory. Wesley, do you have anything to add?
Yes, one thing I do know that in the history of mankind, dance, music, performance, they all have been a form of entertainment to appease spirits. For example, we have the rain dance, and for the Chinese 7 month, they have stage performance for the hungry ghosts. So it seems that performance, dance are able to attract spiritual entities to come forward. So because of this, we often hear stories whereby studios, stage, having all those paranormal happenings around under the stage, within the studio, and capturing entities onto the cameras itself. So it's not surprising they have captured this image on their cameras.
Okay, fascinating stuff. When we come back, we'll discuss the phenomenon of ghosts captured on camera.